This is NGG here with a thank you video, guys. This is my 1,500 subscriber question and answer video. But first of all, I want to thank you guys all who have subscribed, who have been with me for a long time, who are just subscribing. I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for helping me get to this milestone. Now let's get to the questions you guys have for me. They're not a lot, so we can take our time with some of these questions. Let's get to these questions are not going to be in order. I'll probably put them in some kind of order that helps flow, but let's get some of these questions out the gate first. That will help us flow into the video. So our first question of the day comes from Upper Nimbus, and he asks, how and what made you start collecting for the Nintendo Switch? So I've always been a Nintendo fan, guys, from the beginning. I don't think there was a I gotta collect for the Nintendo Switch. I think what happened for me was I started collecting for the 3DS, and only my favorites, right? And then I never got the Wii U or collected any games. And so when the Switch came out, I just started getting a lot of the games because I was like, hey, if the Switch is not popular like the Wii U, at least I'll have some games, right? And then I just kept picking up games, and I was like, oh, I like this game, oh, I like the genre, oh. And a lot of the games were printed in such, because I pick up a lot of games that aren't mainstream games, so I got some of them that I was like, oh, these are limited quantities. If I don't pick it up now, I'll never get it, or I'll have to pay scalper price to get it. So I ended up just picking those up, and that's literally how I started, guys. I have always liked gaming. Once they start in my possession, they I think only one game has ever left my possession that I've owned, and that's because it went to my sister, and so it's still in the family. It's just not in my household. But yeah, all my games I always kept. And with the Nintendo Switch being hit or miss whether the games will be reprinted or republished, I ended up picking up a lot and keeping them, right? So that's I guess I hope that answers your question, Upper Nimbus, on why I started collecting games for the Nintendo Switch. The next question comes from Gabriel, and I think this is also more of a Switch related question. And he says, what made you create a YouTube gaming channel? And I asked him because I thought it was just a regular question, because I thought it was about my streaming only channel, but he meant as a YouTube channel in general. And so my answer to that is it was purely not accidental, but because I have a lot of games, right? I bought renter's insurance for my household because I rent. So I was like, oh, because I need to prove that I have these games, because no insurance company is going to believe me if I tell them, yeah, I have all these games. So I just wanted to chronicle all my games in a list and talk about them a little bit while I was at it. So literally that's what started me down this YouTube rabbit hole. I just wanted to my first real big videos on my channel were all collections videos, because I was just chronicling all the games I had, just in case anything ever happened, I would be able to claim it on insurance and say, here, look, this is proof that I've had these games and that they're my games. So literally that's how I started. It was purely accidental, guys. It was not intentional. And then because I wanted to be able to record a little better footage for you guys, I bought myself the capture card, and then that started me oh, let's try this streaming button and see how this works. And then and then it just went down. It just went down the YouTube rabbit hole from there. So literally how my channel started was to chronicle all my games for insurance purposes, which I know is a little weird, but yeah, that is how it started. The next question I have comes from Chiqui Pica, And she asks, what is your favorite video you make on your channel? What types of videos are your favorite to make? Okay, so this also goes with my collection question. Collection videos are my favorite to make because I love talking about my games, my experiences with them. I always hope that you guys interact with me and talk about some of your favorite games from my collections as well. Those are my favorite to make. My favorite of my videos that I've made so far are my Final Fantasy collections, because of all my collections, the Final Fantasy ones are so personal to me. And that's why those are a little bit more meaningful for me and my favorite to create. And now I do them every year now. I did them for the 5th anniversary, and I'm gonna do them every year until I finish the series of games, because I'm chronicling them on my Let's Play series. So I started from 1 and I'm going to 16. I'm even playing the MMO 14 right now. So I started, and I'm trying to stream most of all of them for you. All the ones that are not MMOs, I guess. And I do grind offline so that you guys don't have to see that. But those are my favorite kinds of videos to make on my channel. All right. The next question comes from Jessica. Jessica says, congratulations. Thank you so much, Jessica. And the question she has for me are, what are my 3 favorite genres and why? Okay, so my 3 favorite genres, if you haven't already guessed by my last answer to the last question, my favorite genres are JRPGs. JRPGs are like not what I grew up with, because to be fair, I grew up with a different genre of games, but it was the first one I bought myself. The first game I ever bought myself was Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy. So those were the first games I bought myself, and I loved like being engrossed in a story and like trying to make your way to the next point by grinding and leveling up and getting better gear. All of that stuff appeals to me, like knowing that I'm the one who progressed in the game and made this like possible for my characters to experience the world, or to save the world, as it were. And I definitely love that in JRPGs, like making, like, me being the one to be like, yes, I made my character stronger, yes, I did this for my characters, and this is what happened, and this is how they prevailed. All of that stuff makes me so happy when playing JRPGs, knowing that I'm the one who helped my characters progress in the game. The next one is, my next favorite genre is adventure games. So like I would say like Zelda games are like what I would consider adventure games. So I love a good adventure, not a puzzly adventure, I'll put that out there, not a puzzly adventure, but I do love like the exploration, the beating of the you know, finding different things. Like Breath of the Wild was kind of what I mean in like terms of adventure. You're exploring everything, you're doing all the things along the way, and those are like my favorite kinds of adventures to be had, like going places, doing things. And it doesn't always have to be about the grind. With adventure games, it's not usually. So I just love that kind of genre as well. And my third is the newest to my kind of repertoire, which is visual novels, and that goes along with loving a good story. I love a good story, and Atomies right now are the ones I read a lot, but I also read horror visual novels as well. So visual novels, I love, like, not always having to be like, yes, I love having to grind, and sometimes I just want to know the story, and that's what visual novels are for me. Like, just the story. You still get to choose your own adventure in some visual novels where your decisions matter in the visual novel. It's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing, and I grew up reading those kind of books, those choose your own adventure books. So that's what visual novels are to me, like choose your own adventure. If you pick this happens. I end up going back and like doing all the routes, as it were, if it's like a Otome and stuff like that. But I definitely love like just like being engrossed in the story. Those are like my three favorite genres. I hope that answers your question, Jessica. All right, and now let's go in the opposite direction with this kind of question. So the next question I have is from Steph to Death, and she says, looking forward to this video, to the Q&A video. Her question is, what are some genres that you would love to get into but you can't get into for whatever reason? Now, see, this is the polar opposite of the last question, and for this one, I have a few as well. I would love to get into platformers, right? Platformers is what I grew up with. Like, those were my first ever kind of games that weren't on the Atari, because I grew up with the Atari as well. But platformers, my mom used to buy all the Mario games, and like I'd play them, but I never, like, I don't have the love for platformers. Maybe it's because I'm unskilled in platforming. Could be. I pretty much guarantee that's it. But I also don't feel like they have enough of a story for me. But I would love to love platformers. I would love to love them. So far, I haven't found the love for platformers that other people have. That's one of the genres I would love to get into. Other ones are Metroidvanias, and kind of for the same reason, because you are platforming in most Metroidvanias, but you're also going back. Like, you're going forward and back and forward and back. And I don't know that I love that in gaming. I haven't found a Metroidvania I love yet. How's that? I haven't played many, to be fair, but I haven't found a Metroidvania I love, and I would love to get into Metroidvanias. I think if Hollow Knight or Ori are Metroidvanias, which I think they both are, those might be like my gateways to Metroidvanias, because those games look amazing. But I have yet to play them, so I couldn't tell you that I enjoy them. And the last one I put are farming sims. There's only been one farming sim that I've loved, and that is Fae Farms. Other than that, I have not been able to get into the genre. I would love to get into farming sims, but so far they haven't been my cup of tea. I don't know what about it doesn't click with me, but they're like, it just doesn't. I don't know why. Our next question comes from Ray, and this one is, so the day has come at last. All right, the question, if you have new people who are considering getting a Switch, what games would you recommend to them if they do? Okay, so for me, if you are brand new to the Switch and you've never played any of the Switch games before, there are a couple of games I would recommend. So if you like playing with other people, I definitely recommend like multiplayer games like Splatoon. If you have a lot of people and you get along really well, Overcooked, maybe Played Up. If you are a solo player and you don't like playing with other people, definitely my favorite games are like, I would recommend our JRPGs such as Final Fantasy, the Ni no Kuni series, Pokemon series. It really depends on the age of the person that's getting into these games, but these are like the recommended games I would recommend like off the top of my head. And these I think are great games to start with. The next question I have comes from Officer, and Officer says, citizens doing a Q&A. I'm down for it. The question is, if someone were to say they are considering starting playing Splatoon, what would be the few things you would say to them to convince them? So I have actually done this. I had a friend who never really kind of liked Splatoon, and I was like, hey, you really should play this game. And like, I told him like, look, I'm playing every Saturday with my friends. We have a good group of people that come in on Saturdays, and we just rock out playing Splatoon. And like, there's Turf War, so if it's my favorite version, like Turf War is the big thing, but like if you like really heavy, like concentrated, like one-on-one action, there's Anarchy series and stuff like that you can do. Or if you want to do horde bosses, you can definitely go play the Salmon run. But like, if you want to just get together with your friends, chill out, maybe even smack talk a little, which I tend to do sometimes on my channel when playing Splatoon. I would say those are some things, and just a good group of people you can hang out with. I've met so many amazing people just playing Splatoon than I have with any other game. I think, like, if you meet the right set of people in Splatoon, it can be an amazing experience. It could go the other way too, but you get rid of those people, you block those people. I've had to do it, unfortunately, on my channel a couple of times, get rid of people that were just not the best in the situation. But you get rid of those people real fast and just play with the kinds of people who you play with. Like, we don't do squid bagging on my teams. We just straight up fight. And some of my best friends in Splatoon are the ones that will go at me hardcore, guys. So I don't get mad at it. I get even. Let me stop. I don't get mad. No, we just a lot of back and forth banter. It's a lot of fun is what I would say to them to convince them to get into Splatoon. Let's see. The next question I have is from DA. What is your favorite Switch games that you've played throughout the life cycle? So some of my favorite Switch games have been, let me see, there's Ni no Kuni, the Atelier series, obviously the Final Fantasy series, the Zelda series, the Just Dance series. I know a lot of people would not think that, but the Just Dance games are super fun. What other series have I played that I would there's also standalone games. I would say Immortal Phoenix was amazing. So if you like Zelda, Immortal Phoenix is my chef's kiss, because it comes with Greek mythology for me. I think off the top of my head, those would be like my right away. And then Splatoon, obviously, recommendations, Played Up, Overcooked. I love lots of multiplayer games. I'm getting back into Monster Hunter. And I think the Monster Hunter community is super great on the Switch. So those are a bunch of my recommendations. Some of my favorite games that I've played throughout the life cycle. I don't know if I mentioned Pokemon, but Pokemon in case. Oh, and Hogwarts. Hogwarts was amazing. So yeah, those off the top of my head, those are the ones I can think about. The next question comes from Dank, and Dank asks, what is your favorite game soundtrack and specific track that stands out from it? So I couldn't just pick one. I had to pick two. Now, you guys would be surprised, these are not Nintendo games at all. They've never been on Nintendo. They were from my childhood. And one of them is Lunar, the first one specifically. And the song is called, let me look for it. I don't want to. Starlight Night. Starlight Night. Oh, it's such an amazing song. Now, I don't know if it's because it's reminiscent of the Final Fantasy opera song for me when I was growing up, but I remember loving that soundtrack. So all the songs in the Lunar soundtrack, and both of them, to be fair, are amazing, but the first one's so much better. And the same goes for like Busta Groove. Busta Groove has two games. They were like dance-off games on the PlayStation, like fighting dance-off games. And my favorite song was a song called Chemical Love. I love the music, and that whole soundtrack is amazing, but specifically Chemical Love, Busta Groove itself. I don't know how to pronounce the one from Frida, but Frida's soundtrack was amazing too. So some of those games were super great and super awesome in like the soundtracks. I can't think of a soundtrack that I've connected more to than those two that like I still listen to from time to time. Lunar, and definitely I'm still trying to get people into the Busta Groove series. So yeah, those are all the questions that came from my YouTube channel, I believe. Let's just double check that I answered everyone. The next question I have is from your local quoter. I can't pronounce that. Culture, like quoting. Yes, your local quoter. They're like, hi, time to think about a question for a bit. ... Okay, question. What is your favorite gaming series and why? Okay, so my favorite gaming series is the Final Fantasy gaming series. Like I said before, it was the first one I purchased for myself. It's literally what got me into JRPGs and the love of gaming. So yeah, Final Fantasy series. I'm going through the whole series to make sure that that's still an accurate statement, because I played most of them, but I played a few of them. I say I play a third of them, but I haven't played all of them. So I'm going back through all the Final Fantasy series in the Let's Play, like I said, to make sure that's the genre that series that is my favorite. But for right now, Final Fantasy series are my favorite series of games. Okay. I have one more question that wasn't answered, and this was by Iron Man the Power. It says, would you play the original Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch in the summer? So yes, I will play the original Final Fantasy VII. Will I get to it this summer? Probably not. I'm on Final Fantasy V right now, and in the middle of the summer, so I'll probably won't get to it until fall, but I am definitely going to be playing it on my channel, so look out for that as well. The next one, we're going to go to my two Twitter questions, and my first Twitter question comes from Sugar Rush Games. I just call him Rush, and he asks, what is your non-gaming hobby? And so if you guys don't know, and I've posted it sometimes on my channel, my non-favorite gaming hobby is fiber arts. So anything in the fiber arts. I've been crocheting since I was maybe in my 20s, or even younger, because I believe my grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was younger, but I really got into it in my 20s. And then I've been knitting on knitting machines recently, so those are the my favorite non-game. And I've been, this past year, I've been doing a lot of it. And if you're on my Discord, you will see I created a Discord site that's called Arts and Crafts, and I put it in my Arts and Crafts all the projects I've been working on, all the projects I finished. This headband is one that I did myself, actually. So lots of the stuff that I post are there. I also created a Arts and Crafts only channel. I'll link it below if you want, and a lot of the stuff that I do that are just arts and crafts related and fiber arts related go into that channel, because I didn't think you guys would want to see it on my gaming channel. So that's what I do with that. And remember, if you haven't joined the Discord link is gonna be below, along with both of those channel recommendations. And now, along with that, I have a question from Cold Night Gaming. So Jay asks me, I'd like to know more about your awesome crafts. Can you show us some of your cool items you finished? So, okay, I already showed you this one. Gaming finished items. I finished this plushie. This was my first Amigurumi plushie, and if you don't play the Final Fantasy series, you probably don't know where this is from, but this is the Moogle from Final Fantasy. I made his legs too long, admittedly, so I'm making another one, but this was my first one. I am super happy with how it came out. I am intending to fix it a little bit more, but for what it is, I love that this was the first one I made, and it came out so nice. It's so special to me. I made a miniature one right after, and I made my Chakaboo after that. And then I also created on, this one was on a circular knitting machine, was my Cactor. Now he's a little too long for my liking, so I will be making another one. So I made this. I also made some bandanas. This is non-gaming related. Bucket hat for myself. I also have a coffee shop where I sell some of my items, and some of the items I make for my coffee shop are personalized Pokemon beanies. And this one, to be fair, will be on a giveaway for you guys. And so what I will write the description of how we're doing the giveaway, but you definitely have to be subscribed to my channel. This is gonna be, once I get to 2,000, anybody who has subscribed to my channel, I'll put as many times as they commented on videos, I'll put it on a list, and then I'll have the machine roulette it out and pick who gets this at the 2,000 subscriber video. I will tell you who got it. All you have to do is be commenting on the videos. On every video will help you get more chances to win. But yeah, this will be one of the ones I gave away. And this is an adult beanie if you wear it like this. And if you want to fold it over like this, it can be worn for a child. So this will be the giveaway item that I make. I also made myself, I don't know if you guys can see it, it might be too bright. It's a love ball Pokemon beanie, and I made it I love reversible hats that I make. So I made it reversible. So it's also a master ball, guys. So that's some of the stuff I made. I've also been making on my channel some Hogwarts related merch, and this is the traditional Harry Potter scarf. I've made all the houses minus Slytherin so far. This is the Hufflepuff scarf. These are stuff I'm making on my channel, and like I said, Discord, you'll see them, what I'm making, gaming related, non-gaming related. But yeah, these are some of the things I make and some of the things I enjoy making for my family and friends. And like I said, the hats are gonna be for sale, and the scarves will probably be listed on my channel soon, on my coffee channel. So if you are interested in buying any of the stuff that I make personally, that's where you can buy it, on my coffee shop. But again, like I said, the red Pokeball beanie will be a giveaway unless you want to buy it. The link for the coffee shop will also be below. So if you are interested in just buying anything that I hand make, I do hand make stuff to sell because I enjoy making stuff for other people, but I can't keep everything. So like these scarves and hats are definitely for people. And like the toys, I want to make more versions of this one, and maybe at the 2,000 subscriber video this will be the giveaway item, because I want to make myself a smaller one. But like I said, so yeah, these are all the questions I got from you guys. I hope that answers all your questions. And again, I want to thank you guys. I want a special shout out to my members. I am so excited and so proud to say that I've had every member that I had right now, that I currently have right now, has been with me for over a year. And that to me is like so special. And thank you guys for joining the memberships. I know I don't do too many membership perks, but thank you guys for joining the memberships, for being part of the membership community. You guys are amazing. I just wanted to shout you guys out, and thank you guys, for all of you guys, for liking, commenting, and subscribing to all my videos. All right, so those were all the questions, and again, thank you guys so very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Happy gaming, guys.